is the trust that is being created by the answers you get from your queries on your LLMs, right? So you go on a chat GPT, you go on a Claude, and you ask, which are the best B2B marketing agencies? And when GrowthSpree comes there, right? And they book a meeting with us, that layer of trust is already created. And it's a true story. I was on a call with a client in the US.
Welcome back to another episode of Founder Fumbles, where we talk about real life entrepreneur struggles and comeback strategies. I'm your host, Dahmari Taplin. In today's episode, we are joined by Ishan. Ishan is a marketer, entrepreneur, and demand generation expert, co-founder of GrowthSpace, and he's also become one of the leading voices on the dark funnel, attribution, and AI in marketing. Ladies and gents, we have Ishan.
It's so nice to be here.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you so
nice.
much.
Yeah, thank you for joining and thank you for your patience while we sorted out that little issue. But
No
anyway,
problem to talk.
yeah, let's talk about you. Who is Ishan?
Okay, I like to describe myself today as the co-founder of GrowthSpree. GrowthSpree is a B2B SaaS focused marketing agency. I lead the sales side of things here and yeah, that is me today.
All right, Ishan. So I hear it in your accent, man. I know you're from India, right?
Yes, that's right. I'm from India.
Okay, okay. Yeah, man. I'm very grateful to have you. I've been trying to get my friends from India on the show. And
Wow.
hopefully this spreads out to the India market and I can get all my India friends, my past developers. My one of my best business buddies is in India. His name's
Oh
Swapnil.
wow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting him on
Amazing.
the show too. So is that where you grew up?
Amazing. Yeah, that's why I've grown in multiple cities in India. I'm one of those kids who kept traveling. So I stayed in the north side and then the west side. That's where I did my schooling, my university. And yeah, I think right out of my MBA, I started working in a startup. I could survive just like 3 months, and then I started GrowthSpeed.
Okay. Where did you go to university?
So it's a university in Mumbai. It's called NMIMS. That's where I did my master's.
Okay, out in Mumbai, right? That's where it
Yeah,
seems like
yeah,
that's where everyone goes to school out in India.
yeah. It's a good place. That's where I'm put up. I am the only remote employee in the company. Our office actually is in Delhi, which is the capital region of India. I put up in Mumbai myself.
Nice.
It's a beautiful city to be living in.
All right, nice, nice. So I haven't been to Mumbai, but I have been to Delhi, so I know how it
Yeah.
is out there, and it's beautiful, man. I love it. I had such a spiritual awakening when I was there. So outside of business and marketing, like what are your hobbies and stuff like that?
I'm a hardcore content consumer. I am on YouTube or Reddit or LinkedIn. Just reading. I'm a curious mind. I like to know about everything going around the world. And by everything, I mean everything. I don't restrict myself to any specific topics. And yeah, then and again, I love to swim. Go to the pool for a swim every now and then. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course, I like traveling. I think most of us love. That's also something that I love, and I make sure that every year I'm visiting new cities across the world.
Okay. So with all of the the YouTube content that you're taking in and all the skills that you
Yeah,
do have, what is one skill that you wish you had that you don't, like what's
yeah.
one?
Uh, I mean, at a personal level, I think I would have loved to learn playing any instrument like a guitar or a keyboard. I think that's something that my father always used to push me to learn something, and I always had a layer of resistance. I didn't want to make that effort. But yeah, I regret it now. I think I would have loved to have that skill.
Yeah, well, it's not too late, man. I promise you.
Yeah, I know, I know. I think that layer of resistance still exists. It's just my subconscious mind giving me that guilt every now and then. But yeah, it's an effort.
I used to play guitar before I started
Oh
traveling the
wow.
world and stuff. But
Oh wow.
I lost my skills. Like I can't play any songs anymore, but I can still like I still know the strings and I can still make people think
Right.
I know how to play. So
Yeah.
I highly recommend learning the guitar, specifically because it made me learn and understand like a lot of different genres. Sometimes I
Yeah.
listen to a whole different genre just because I hear guitar in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. It opens up the global music for you if you're into instruments as well. Yeah. I'll
Exactly.
take that up for sure.
Yeah. So tell us about Growth Space, man. Growth Space seems it's in marketing. It's a marketing avenue, right?
Yeah. It's called GrowthSpree.
Oh, Growth
Uh,
Spree. Thanks
so
for correcting me.
yeah. Yeah. So spree is like something that keeps on happening. So that's how we came up with the name Growth Spree quite a few years back. Yeah, we are a marketing agency. We work specifically with B2B SaaS and B2B companies today. We come in as their extended in-house team, helping them with demand gen, with lead gen, with RevOps, and also manage websites. So yeah, that's our proposition. That is what we do. We have clients in India, in the US, in the Europe. We're trying to expand to the international markets, US and Europe, as much as we can now. And yeah, well, that's about us.
How difficult is it to find like US like clients and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Because I feel like you all, you know, kind of thrive off of having clients in the US and then also UK and maybe Canada and
yeah,
stuff. But I feel like
yeah,
it's hard for you to get clients, but you still get them. Like, tell me about that
yeah.
journey.
Yeah. I mean, for the first, so it's been 5 years since we've been doing this marketing agency, right? Before that, I was just figuring out, trying different things, and then we pivoted to a marketing agency. We figured B2B SaaS as a niche. For the first 4 years, um, we really struggled to get international clients
Mm,
because our as a service business, which I think holds true for every service business, we were driven, our entire growth was driven by referrals, right? So we get Indian clients, we get referrals, we get more Indian clients, right? Every now and then, because the world is global today, right? You have remote teams, you have people working in India for US based startups. That network would once in a while expand and we would land up a customer in the US. Even then, all of our US based customers or Europe based customers would be like Indian founders, right? Again, because it was a network effect that was playing in. So scale was tough, right? We were surviving, we were doing good, we were growing, but just like any other service company, it was slow, right? So we couldn't figure out how to build that trust, right? We went for events in the US, we met people there. It didn't work out the way we wanted it to. We still feel that being there could help, right? Just being in that region would help. That is something that this year we've taken it, and I'm already in the transition of setting up in New York soon. And but more than that, uh, what has helped us scale our business in the last 1 year is the trust that is being created by the answers you get from your queries on your LLMs, right? So you go on a chat GPT, you go on a Claude, and you ask, which are the best B2B marketing agencies? And when GrowthSpree comes there, right? And they book a meeting with us, that layer of trust is already created. And it's a true story. I was on a call with a client in the US. Um, they're a B2B company, not a SaaS company, but they're a B2B company. They build glass houses for hotels and for B&Bs, right? And she's like, you come from a very strong referral. And it was a third call, I think, with her. And I was super confused. I was all in my mind, this is a cold lead that has come in, inbound, it has come in. Now she's saying it's a referral. Like it just impacts my motion. I was just gaining confidence in my motion of moving away from referrals. So I asked her, like, you just talked about this is a strong referral. Who gave you our referral? And I can't imagine someone giving a referral to a glass house service provider in the US, right? Nobody from my network comes in. She's like ChatGPT, right? And
wow.
that is what is working today. We've been able to crack that with what is being called AEO, answer engine optimization, and all of that jargons. We call it LLM visibility. For us, it is just about making sure that GrowthSpree is visible on LLMs when you're searching about the best B2B SaaS marketing agency
So,
because of the fact that trust is getting built there.
okay, that's great. That's great. So, what do you do? How do you get your business on the LLM? You know what I mean? Like, how
Yeah.
did you get
Yeah.
to the top of ChatGPT? That's what everybody wants to know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think for us, it was a sheer um, stroke of luck, not just luck. It was backed by a lot of hard work, but we had not anticipated what was to come next. For the first year, 4 years, why we struggled is we never focused on the organic SEO side of things, right? When people search on Google. While we didn't focus, it wasn't as big as LLM search is today, right? So we did miss out on a lot of that because we didn't put any effort and we kept sailing with the referrals. However, when we figured in 2025 starting, 2024, beginning of 2024, we were like, we can't be just another marketing agency, right? How do we differentiate ourselves, right? So we started taking a bet on AI. We started building certain AI tools focused on ads for B2B. And when we launched it completely free, right? And there was nobody giving it out for free. And it was like a 5 minute onboarding. When it gave it out for free, we put some blog pages, some landing pages on our website. We started seeing the power of organic, right? People started coming on inbound to our website. So we started focusing. We realized it's not Google; it's actually LLMs that is driving a lot of our uh, inbound demand. So that is how it started. But then, what is working is content on our website today. So November 2025, we our DA, what is called domain authority, was
Sure. What's that?
one. Uh,
What?
Domain authority is just a metric to define how strong your website is,
Okay,
which impacts your
domain authority.
domain
Okay,
authority.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, so it was 1 out of 100. Today, we are at 42 out of 100. We had 0 to 100 or 200 users coming on our website on a monthly basis. Today, we are about 10,000, right? All of that is because LLMs. What has worked is we've pushed a lot of very good content on our website. So, blogs, articles, regularly being pushed out. Second, something that clicked out very well were what we call as listicles. Listicles are comparison blogs. Best top six B2B SaaS marketing agency, right? So, and you list six agencies across the globe. Give five others some ranking, and you give yourself a ranking. That started working well. Then we became super active. We realized citations are coming from Reddit, LinkedIn, YouTube, everywhere. We became super active on all those channels. Reddit, we are commenting day in, day out. We do like 10, 15 comments and very genuine. Like that, we do it ourselves. We're not automated all of this. It's genuine comments because Reddit is brutal. Reddit is strict. So we ensure, but it's genuine comments that we do. Just an hour back from Reddit, I got a call booked. It's a company which does 12 million ARR based in the US. And they've sent out a chat on our website saying, I read your answer on Reddit. I resonated with it. I want to book a meeting. So I booked a meeting with so and so, right? So clear
Right.
attribution, right?
Okay,
So
okay.
Reddit, YouTube, LinkedIn articles, LinkedIn posts, you've got to stay on top of it and just consistently keep publishing a lot of content out there.
Got you, got you. Okay. So what is the dark funnel? What is that?
So, good that you asked. It's also LLMs also have a sort of a dark funnel right now. Dark funnel is anything that you can't track or attribute for, right? So one is a dark funnel which isn't to a large extent not solvable. Like it's not solvable, which is people are talking about you in a community, on a Slack community. Someone looks at it, goes on Google, types your brand name, comes to your website, that and fills up a form. That lead is attributed to direct or to organic in this case, but actually it should have been attributed to that message which went out on that Slack community. It cannot be tracked, right? Until unless that guy comes on the call and tells you that, I actually saw the message on this so and so community and you mark it somewhere, you're not able to ever going to be able to track that he actually was influenced by that message. Anything which you're not able to track, right? Someone sees your LinkedIn ad and then goes directly types your website in the address
Okay, I get
URL
it.
or just
Okay,
Yeah, so that's dark
it's
funnel.
not something that's actually dark. It's just kind of like, oh, I
It
heard.
is dark
It's
as a
almost like,
marketer.
yeah, it's like word of mouth in a
Yeah,
way. It's almost a
yeah,
dark funnel.
it is. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's called dark funnel because for us as marketers, it's a dark space. We can't see
it
through
doesn't
it.
help.
We don't know. Should I invest in communities more? I don't know because I don't know who is getting influenced from those community messages and activities, right? Should I invest more on LinkedIn ads? I don't know because a lot of the leads which are coming through a Google or through an LLM or through direct is actually influenced by LinkedIn ads. It's tough for me to attribute that, right? So that's why it's dark. It's a dark funnel. It's a funnel. There are users coming in, they are converting, but I don't know how, and that's a dark funnel. But um, interestingly, this is okay because everybody faces this, right?
Hmm.
So you're not losing out on anything because every other company, every of your each of your competitors facing this problem of a dark funnel. The problem is with when you self-create a dark funnel, right? So when your tracking is broken, when you're not set up the CRM properly, or the workflows are not right, integrations are broken, website form is not picking up the UTMs, that is a self-created dark funnel. Still, things are happening. They can be tracked, but because it's all broken, companies are struggling. For them, that still is a dark funnel, and that is a bigger point of concern. So, because the other dark funnel just exists for everyone.
Right, right. So, how do you think it would be necessary to avoid being caught in a dark funnel?
100%. Like you can't create have that is one place where marketing in the B2B domain is picking up. Got to give credit to AI also coming in. Marketing is becoming tech first, and this the tracking, all of these things that I talked about, which end up being broken,
Hmm.
is not because people lack the skill. It's because it requires collaboration, inter-team collaboration with your tech team, with your product team, and that is somewhere it just fades away, right? So the
Yeah.
problem, the bottlenecks are created majorly because it has to be done in a coordinated fashion between teams. But today a marketing person in a B2B company can set up and own all of this himself, right? Because it's become a lot non-tech to manage and set these things up.
So, okay, do you think that marketing, what are your thoughts on like running ads? Do you think an ad to be should be the beginning of your funnel, or you think it needs to
uh,
be there in order for it to be a success? Like, what are your thoughts on running ads?
yeah, so I think ads come in as a channel for any company when, especially in the B2B domain, which is where my expertise lies, is only when you've hit a certain number of case studies. Some call it product market fit. Only then you start investing. When you can invest money, because ads is not about spending 200 $500 in B2B. So you need to be at a stage where you have a cash flow and a MRR and ARR to actually invest and scale up. So when you're ready to scale things up, when you're in the B2B domain, you need to validate what you're building. So you come in, you build a product. It's not like it's going to work the way you think, right? So you talk to people, you meet people at events, you do the outbound, you talk to people, you try to give them demos, you see if these are converting, what problems are they resonating with, and that's how you keep getting customers and you grow. And at that point of time, when you want to start scaling things up, that's when you start running ad campaigns. However,
Okay.
in B2B, meta ads is something that can be run um, at an early stage as well because it does not demand a lot of a budget, and you can actually keep validating and keep getting your initial customers also by investing in
Wow.
meta ads. Yeah.
Okay. What do you say to a person that has been banned from like meta ads? You know, some people, I'm not even going to say some
Yeah,
people,
it's a
myself, I got banned from meta ads just because I made an ad and it was like during COVID, I made an ad and I got like a warning. I was supposed to just remove like one word or something. But I didn't even go back and fix it. I was just like, I let the ad just run out of money. And I was just like, whatever. I only put $200 in there. I'll just let it go. And when I went back to try to run the ad again, my whole account was was removed and it's banned forever. It's banned for life. What do you say to someone stuck in a situation like that?
Um, it's a big, big problem, and it's Reddit is flooded with people talking about this. Um, Unfortunately, there is no way out. There's nothing that you can do. Meta is super slow in terms of providing that support and helping you out. It caters to a large number of users. Is also something that we have to understand. Better to try just create another Meta Ads account on another ID, on probably try doing it on another IP.
Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, I mean, and just run ads carefully, warm your account up a little bit, and then
Wow.
start putting in more
And
money.
if you get an alert to go fix something, fix it immediately. So
100%.
the problem with me is that I just tried to run an ad. I wanted the people to see it
Yeah,
post more. That was it. I was just like, hey, I want more people to see this event that I'm
yeah.
trying to run. And I got banned for life. So you're saying there's no way around it. And I didn't know that it was so many people. Do you think it's a bug on their end?
Um, I think they're just super secure. I don't think it's a bug. Not that I know a lot about it. However, I'm speaking with our experience. We've faced um, issues with a couple of our clients where money was lost, but we got it back. Meta did pay back. It took about 4 to 5 months to get that done.
Mm,
However, the difference was that it was a big account, so they were spending quite a lot. So Meta had assigned people, right? So individual level, it is super super tough.
mm,
Um, I would recommend if you were stuck, if anybody watching is stuck in that situation, the best answer you could find or the best solution you could find is on Reddit. Just go there and see what the other people have uh, been talking about.
experience.
Again, not necessary that if something worked for someone will work for you. That's how bad this entire situation can become because of the complexities of the platform and how they deal with it.
You know, I kind of just hoped and I had my fingers crossed that Meta would fix this one day and just look at my account and say, oh, he didn't actually do anything. He just ran an ad and left it and they'll give me
Yeah.
my account back. But hopefully they see this message and just be like, oh, let me actually look. The problem is that you can't reach out to anyone either. There's no customer service or anything you can speak to. But anyway, so first of all, answer this question. You get 2 words here, all right? 2 words. Only get to pick one. Would you rather have leads or revenue?
So
You say what?
revenue.
Revenue for sure. Okay. The reason I asked that because I've saw that a lot of digital marketing companies they choose leads over revenue, and I just wanted to get your take on that. So why would you choose leads over revenue?
We choose revenue over leads for sure. I think um, rightly said, a lot of digital marketing agencies or marketing agencies focus a lot on leads. Uh, First, I will not take away from everyone. Depends on the objective, but in general, leads are vanity metrics in any industry you pick, be it B2B, be it D2C, be it e-commerce, retail, anywhere. Leads are nothing unless they convert into revenue, right?
Mm,
So as marketers, for a very long time, the focus was on leads, right? That was our job, right? And that is why we've always seen marketers go out first, right? Whenever the situation goes wrong, marketers are the first one to be fired, the first one to lose the budgets, if not fired, right? The reason is that they do not impact the revenue directly. That's what the picture has been for so long. As I had mentioned earlier, also, this is changing, right? Marketing is taking up, especially in B2B, marketing is taking up the role of how do we ensure that we do everything that we do, the efforts that we put, impact the revenue pipeline directly, right? How can we optimize our messaging, our positioning, our channels better based on how leads are slowing down the funnel? What is the sales team saying? Collaborating better, not fighting, but actually coordinating, because the end goal for everyone is generating revenue, right? Company will grow, you will grow with it. So that's the reason we focus on it. We call leads a vanity metrics. Even in every proposal that I share, leads is not focus. It's always the cost per qualified lead or qualified meeting. and the ROS in terms of the impact on the revenue pipeline.
Okay. So if you had $10,000 of a marketing budget today, how would you spend that?
Definitely on creating more content. Like we'll invest in content. Like for our, if I'm talking about how do we spend that $10,000 marketing budget for ourselves, we'd invest or double down on the content that we're producing. I would love to have a setup like yours, at least for a starting doing my own podcast for more content, doing webinars, going more to events. Basically investing in content, right? Hiring a couple of more people so that we can scale our efforts up. So because of the fact that what is working well for us is the LLM visibility is which is being driven by the content that we're producing. For us, the objective is not figuring out other channels right now because we have tried everything else. And this was the only bit we have not tried, and that is what is working well for us. We want to double down. And honestly speaking, with how AI is and how the algorithms work, everything that you do today any which way goes digital, right? So even if you go to an event, you post about it. You meet someone, you post about it. There's website, blogs, YouTube, all of that. Everything is impacting your LLM visibility. So whatever we would do, the objective would be how do we keep sustained? How do we have a sustainable motion of being there when people ask for the best B2B SaaS marketing agency?
That is, I 1,000% agree. Just mainly because, I've had a mobile app company for 6 years now. And let me tell you something. I didn't start making real money until I started creating content, until I started this podcast because it opened up so many different other avenues. And with that being said, I just started a coaching offer as well. So, I'm helping people start podcasts, from scratch, just because,
Wow,
yeah, I'm helping people go from idea to launch in just 4 weeks. So if you are
amazing.
interested in that, just let me know. I'll show you what it's all about. And it's a little playbook. I'll get it together for you. But that's just if you're interested. But my whole point of saying that is that once I started this, it opened up so many other avenues, and I didn't start making money until the content started. So I 1,000% agree with you. And thanks for sharing that as well. So has there ever been a time in your entrepreneur journey as a digital marketer that you felt like you went months and months and months without a client and you almost just quit and started looking for a job instead?
Happened, I think happened a couple of times. Those are the biggest lows of my life, of my professional life. Even though the first 3, 4 years we struggled a lot, but we were young, we were trying things out, we had that liberty and freedom to do that. Once we started the agency, it was the point where we had gone very serious about building a company that sustains our life also, right? At that point of time, just survival and just having some sense of financial stability was more important than anything else. At that point of time, I remember I was attending my friend's marriage. I was at his home. Um, we had 5 clients, I think, then. Just a week back, we were super happy with how things were, right? So that's how quickly things used to change. I was at this wedding. I was talking to my co-founder. Out of those 5 clients, the three clients were this week. Just something had happened. I don't even recall exactly what had happened, but something had happened, and it was all going negative. And I started having the feeling that this is going to end. Like 3 clients go out. I don't have a pipeline or anything. This is the end, right? I was talking to my co-founders, crying. I was planning to get married in the next 2 years, which I eventually did because things planned out really, really well. However, at that was one of the biggest lows that I had, where I thought, this is the end, and I'm not made for it. I need to quit.
Yeah. So what did you do to get your head back in the game and keep your head in the game after that?
Yeah, yeah. I think one of the core things that has helped me, and I think all my co-founders, which is related. So I have 3 more co-founders with me, right? So we have 4 of us. So anytime anything or anyone is entering that low, we always have someone to talk to who understands the stakes, the consequences, and what is actually happening, right? So I have three more people all the time. At that point of time, also, I was talking to one of my co-founders. He just told me, this is the best we have been so far in the last 3 years. So I think you should look at the positive rather than being scared of what could happen wrong. And he just motivated me to not give up or not feel so low just because a couple of clients that we have had something negative, or negative feedback for us. We can turn it around, and we did. It took us a couple of days, and realized that till today, that's a part and parcel. Right? We can't be 100% perfect. My team cannot be 100% perfect. We are humans after all, right? We make mistakes. And one thing that has embedded in our culture as an organization is how do we become the strongest when we are at the lowest,
Mm.
and that always helps us come back much more powerfully. In fact, the trust that gets created with the client after that is exceptionally strong, because that's you're bringing someone or some account from the lowest to back to normal and then scaling it up further, right? So yeah.
Okay, okay. So what advice would you give someone looking to build their first marketing agency?
I think for sure, first thing is do everything yourself. Get the clients, work on the clients yourself, do everything as much as possible yourself. You can use Claude and the chat GPTs today. We didn't have that option back then, but today, if you're starting off today, you definitely have. So make sure you use that. Second, find a niche. Don't go broad. I think find a niche. Um, we, again, by stroke of luck, ended up in B2B. I think this B2B SaaS space is still, there's a huge opportunity. I still feel, in compared to a B2C or a D2C side of agency. So, but just figure out the niche, get into your network, get the first initial 2 4 clients, work on them yourself with some AI agents, and see, and then decide on the next step. Like so, that is what I would advise for the first phase of your journey. Like just do it yourself, find a niche, and just figure out what you can deliver, how you can deliver, and what you can't. Right, that is most important. Don't go for everything. It always comes back to haunt you.
Mm, that's beautiful, man. Thanks for sharing that. So I got a question. What outside of Claude, outside of ChatGPT,
Yeah.
in the obvious ones, what AI tool can you not live without right now?
Uh, so
Let me ask that a better
I'm
way.
not
What is
sure if it.
one AI tool you can't live without right now?
Yeah, I think we'll call it an AI tool only, right? So Fireflies, my note taker. I can't live without that. I'm the only sales guy. I take all the meetings. I have a memory issue, so I need my note taker. Otherwise, I forget what I talked about on the call. So everything that happens after that is because of my note. I get anxious if my note taker is not there. I stop the person to ask for them for the permission. If they, sometimes they come in and they just start talking. I just pause them. Like, can I please add my note taker? Because yeah, that's something I can't live without.
Beautiful. Because, it's hard to even help people. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If like your clients, because you can get your note taker to take down on notes and organize and give bullet points on what you need to do, what they need to do. And instead of having your notepad out taking notes, stick your note taker in there and they send it to you, send out summaries to everyone, action items, and all of that stuff. So that was a very solid option. You said you use Fireflies? That's one of the best ones these days. Yeah, it's one of the best
I've not
ones.
tried anything else.
Yeah.
I've not. Yeah, honestly, these are not big costs for us. So we get into one. If it's solving our problems, we stick to it. We don't look at other options.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
however small the product is, it's super, super. Like it's a breakthrough, I feel, just having whatever you mentioned, right? So many things can happen. I use the MCP on Claude with Firefly's MCP. So now when I'm creating a proposal, I just ask it to first look into the call directly, and it just fetches the call recording, the transcript on Claude itself. So yeah.
Dope. Okay. So let me ask you a question, man. With Growth Spree, where do you see Growth Spree in the next 5 years?
Definitely see growth spree in multiple countries. That's the first objective, which basically, if I reverse engineer it, that means we scale, we grow in the US and Europe, which is where we're getting some good traction. So we want to not just be there, but also have our sales and marketing offices set up in these locations in the next 5 years, multiple locations. We want to at least be around the 15 to 20 million mark in the next 5 years, probably earlier than that. But yeah, that's where we want to see ourselves, and a big family of people working and delivering some outstanding results.
Nice, nice. So, do you have anything coming up? What's next for Growth Spree? Like, what do you have any
Yeah,
new
I
events
mean,
coming up or anything like that? You going to start a podcast or what's up?
I mean, a lot of things are happening, but yeah, one crucial bit is so we've done ads, we've done account-based marketing, we've done website RevOps for the longest of time. We've stayed away from AIO even as an offering. We've already done the pilots. We are going to be launching publicly in a couple of weeks a productized, the first ever productized service for AU, which is where we have a product which will help build content, publish it directly on your website, ensure all the technical aspects are catered to for the LLMs to crawl, and the service angle to ensure that we meet our targets. We are able to get relevant traffic. We are able to generate demos and qualified meetings from this organic channel. So that is a new productized service that we are launching. We already have done. So we already have clients. So we started first with our existing clients, and we have about 11 clients that we are catering to, and we are confident to take it public now.
Nice,
So it's an
nice.
expansion into a new service, which probably will open up a new stream of revenue for us.
Beautiful. So where can people learn more about demand generation?
Yeah. So demand generation is the first step. So first it's a marketing jargon, right? It means awareness, right? It means just ensuring that people know about you, and that is how you can say you are creating demand for a product that you're offering. Then there is lead generation, which is what you can also call as demand capture. Someone who has a demand or the demand that you've created, they end up booking a meeting with you or taking a demo, right? So basically, it's still the same funnel. It's awareness, it's consideration, it's purchase, right? It's still the same. It's just being called differently now. It started with lead gen being called as demand gen. Then people came out and said it doesn't make sense. Lead demand gen is different. Lead gen is different. Yes, it is different. End of the day, the important aspect is how does marketing efforts and marketing channels drive people to book meetings and book demos with you that convert into paid customers. That's how simple it is. Everything else is a jargon. We also call ourselves demand gen agency. That means that we call it demand gen because we do account based marketing, which is basically we reach out to people, build lists, segment them, reach out to people to create, make sure that there is recall being created, warming up the audience, basically creating demand. We run meta campaigns, we run LinkedIn campaigns, same objective, right? Google, for example, Google search is purely lead gen, right? So you're capturing existing demand, right? So we do everything. It sounds good to some people, so we say it when it is required. Otherwise, we are a marketing agency, and all of this is marketing in the B2B domain.
No, I got you there. Well,
Yeah,
Ishan, that is all my questions for today. Thank you so much, man, for being a part of
thank you.
Founder Fumbles and joining the show. Please let everybody know, let all the founders know, let everyone watching this episode know where exactly they can find you. And I'll also be sure to put everything in the description. So let everybody know where to find you.
Absolutely.
And thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, first of all, for having me. This was a great conversation I had. I will definitely reach out to take your help for setting up my podcast, which is in my to do that I have. So it's this month's to do that I have to start looking at podcasts. So, but yeah, this was great. Thank you so much. And yeah, everybody watching, you can find me. I'm very active on LinkedIn. Recently started becoming active on Twitter as well, on X. Sorry. You will have the description. Sorry. You will have the link in the description below. So you can just message me directly. I will also get my email ID dropped in the description. So you can just reach out to me wherever and whenever you want. Always open for a conversation around B2B marketing. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, beautiful. And before we go, do you have Instagram?
I do have Instagram. Yeah, I have
Okay.
Instagram, but I'm not active on Instagram. So I do not even open my wife's messages. So I will drop a link, but don't
Yeah.
expect a quick reply from Instagram if you're
Okay.
reaching to me there.
Well, do yourself a favor. Just log into Instagram. When I post this, I'm going to do a lot of Instagram collaborations. So my
Done.
guests are going to find you, and you're going to get a lot of followers,
Amazing.
and
Amazing. Amazing.
you'll
Amazing.
finally have some Instagram content.
I will have then. Yeah, that
Yeah.
that is super interesting. New
Yeah.
things popping up from this one podcast that I did with you. So
Mhm.
yeah, amazing. Um, Active enough whenever it comes to growth spree. I'm always active wherever you want me to be active. At a personal level, I am not a Instagram person, but yeah, for growth spree, I'm going to put that effort and make sure that we get as much visibility as we can.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, thanks
Yeah,
for joining the episode and
thank you
everybody
so much.
watching this. Yeah, and everybody watching, thank you so much for watching this episode of Founder Fumbles. And thank you so much to Ishan for sharing his highs, lows, everything in between. And like I did mention, I am now helping people start podcasts from scratch. So if you are interested in that, I'm going to put a link also to that in the description just so you can check it out. And that's it, y'all. Until next time, peace.